Good morning, Mr. Hayward. My name's Josh. You might remember me from this morning, and I'll be conducting a health check on your XC60 today. To begin with, round at the near side front of the vehicle, the near side front tyre is measuring at 3.7mm at the lowest point. There's no cuts or gouges to the tyre itself, and it does appear to be in an okay condition. Coming round into the suspension, into the brakes, the near side front brake pad is on 6mm. The disc is slightly lipped, but otherwise in a good condition. Suspension components and mounts on the near side front are all intact and operating as they should be, and there's no excessive movement in any of the bushes or the mounts. Engine and gearbox are both nice and dry. Slight bit of misting on there, nothing we'd be concerned about. Can't see any leaks. Could be from a previous. Coming round onto the suspension components on the offside front, all intact and operating as they should be. There's no excessive movement in any of the bushes or the mounts. Offside front tyre is measuring at 1.7mm, so you are just above the legal limit. I would advise that we get this tyre replaced in as soon as possible. Coming around onto the brakes on the offside front, and again the brakes are measuring at 6mm for the pads, and the discs are in a relatively good condition. Coming down the centre of the vehicle, the exhaust is nice and secure, and there's no leaks down towards the rear axle. Rear axle components such as springs, shock absorbers, rear trailing arm bushers and the mounts are all intact on the rear, and the supplies to both sides. Offside rear tyre measuring at 2.7mm. Again, I would advise a tyre, as you are getting to that getting 1mm towards the legal limit, which is at 1.6mm. However, there's nothing penetrating the tyre and it is wearing nice and evenly. Brakes on the offside rear of the car, measuring at 5mm, slightly more lipping occurring, however, brake pads are not ready to be changed just yet. Coming over to the near side rear tyre is measuring at 2.5mm. Again, getting to that 1mm before the legal limit mark. I would advise getting these changed sooner rather than later. Nothing penetrating the tyre and a slight wear to the inner edge. Near side rear brake pads, also measuring at 5mm, and again the disc is lipped, however nothing of concern or anything that needs rectifying on the brakes on the rear. And that concludes the vehicle health check. Nothing really to report other than the tyres. The offside front's at 1.7mm, which is 1/10 of a millimetre above the legal limit, and I would advise getting that tyre replaced immediately. Other than that, the rear two tyres are coming down towards the 2mm mark. I advise that you either get them replaced or keep an eye on them so that when they do get close to that legal limit, they'll be changed and will get obviously stopped or pulled over. I'll pass all this information onto the service advisor and he'll be in touch. Thank you very much and have a nice day.